You're not going to believe the irony of this. I was just starting the video talking about how my camera's been acting up lately. So if I freeze in the video, then it'll be funny, but I gotta tech support the issue. I think I got a faulty USB port. But of course, I was explaining that while I was on mute. Even, I always take it as a compliment when I tell a joke and people go, that's funny. But when you're trying to be, maybe not serious, it's not the word I'm looking for, but you're trying to explain something and the universe says, no, it's time for a funny moment. Brother, if you want to make the devil laugh, if you want to make the devil shiver, show him a nice guy losing his cool. His name is Alex de Balzac. Is this, what's happening here? Am I okay? Let me get a peacock. I've come to understand the value of a peacock this week. I hate all of the other units that are available right here. Let me rock something that looks like this. I absolutely hate the squad. A level next time would be nice. And I'm not anti-panda. Anybody who says I'm anti-panda just because I said that they wouldn't necessarily rinse me in a fight, they're not listening to the subtext, okay? If the question is simply, who's stronger, me or a panda? It's obviously a panda. Everybody knows that. You don't have to be some kind of genius to know that, okay? Let's give this to you because you're sticking for a minute. I'm saying I could use my superior human intellect to choose engagements with the panda that are advantageous towards myself. I'm not going to get up in the panda's face. I'm going to abuse range. I'm going to wait for it to fall asleep. I'm going to exploit its lethargy. And then while it sleeps, I would craft some sort of like an arm bar or something that I could just place. We don't need to get into the mechanics of it. And this is only in a life or death situation, okay? I wouldn't just do it for sport. It's only in like some kind of messed up Squid Game sort of setup that I would even consider this. I think that we're going to get 2 wins. I think it was a bad start, and I think we're going to get 2 wins. That's not so bad, though. Hang on. Never mind, we already got 2 wins. Okay, I think we're going to get to 5 wins. I've adjusted upwards bigly. I'm going to give you an eggplant just because we could possibly screw up some opponents. Stop trying to make level 3 beaver happen, Gretchen Wieners. It's not going to happen. Watch Mean Girls recently? Nope. Just referenced it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I've only seen Mean Girls once. I enjoyed it, by the way. It's not that I said, oh, this movie is bad, I'm only going to watch it one time. Honestly, you don't need to be here anymore first. But then you don't need to be here. I mean, I know this is getting a little crazy. I'm just looking out for myself in the future. Why don't you take this for the moment? We'll probably lose another round trying to set up for this, but if we could just get a level after that, I'd be happy. You won't believe the location where I first watched Mean Girls. It was my 11th grade psychology class. Oh, that's a big one. I still think we're washed, but imagine. Hang on, what if we sold you and went all in on getting this panda off the ground? It's let's just call it optimistic. I watched a lot of good movies in that class. I mean, we learned something about psychology. It wasn't as we in Canada call it, it wasn't merely a bird course. But we also did watch some interesting movies as well. That's where I watched Super Size Me. What do you think about this? It's a little crazy to just... Maybe we'll give you this first, and then we have more time to get chocolate for you. T-Rex next round instead of a monkey, if we can. Okay. Roll me. Next round we'll level the manatee. I don't know why I decided to talk like Marlon Brando. By the way, you might catch me stroking my beard a little bit. I think it leads to people inevitably asking a fully good-natured question. We're washed here. The question is, are you growing it out? No. It's my face. I prefer to not have a beard. I'm not anti-beard. I'm anti-beard on myself. I don't like the way that it looks. Some people do, some people don't. I definitely don't like the way it feels, and that's the only thing that matters, right? Like I don't like it. Just doesn't feel right. I prefer to be not clean shaven, but like with a little bit of stubble. I know it makes me a rare breed these days. It's just my own personal preference, okay? I think we should combine and then like buy a unit that has some usefulness at some point. This makes sense to me. But we're going away for a week in a few days, which is why I'm recording so much of this weekly. And I don't want to have to pack a razor or my electric trimmer. So I'm letting my face grow until the final day. Maybe even the morning of the final day. I love this team, by the way. But we're playing a game of beard chicken. Like, it's not even that beardy, but it's starting to get to the point where I was like, if it wasn't for going away, I would have shaved like 2 days ago. And I still got 2.5 days to go. So you can see my conundrum here. I think this is the... I'm just saying at some point, maybe I'll just cancel the whole trip. It's not worth it. Give me a sheep instead. I thought about the duck because obviously we can get a level up, but I think a sheep is just it's a good time to pivot off of one of the garbage units into a unit that could have some utility at some point. I'm loving it. This squad, this is way more my tempo. Early clownfish, then just getting a lot of matches in the shop, requiring no skill whatsoever. You got me. Roll me once. I love it. I would put garlic on a sheep if we got another sheep. Because we have a clownfish, I've learned the error of my ways. Thank you. It's perfect to get that level up next round, too. Pug kind of works well with this, but I'd rather just have more clownfish if we could. This is a very strong squad, man. I gotta hand it to you. That otter is looking mighty strong. Strike me down, and I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Some of this. A parrot that steals from a sheep. Excuse me? I could be persuaded. Why wouldn't we just throw another sheep in there then instead? So that we could combine them and get an easier clownfish level. Yes! And then actually there's room for a pug now. I know we're only on 3 wins in 5 rounds. It's actually pretty good when you put it that way. But I think like this squad is looking pretty solid, man. The clownfish is like the dominant form of scaling. Maybe like the only form of scaling except for apples in the early game. I'm thinking. I think we have to do it like that. Just the way the space looks here. Okay, this is a good time to pop one of those down. You're going to move back. You're going to... Okay. I think this looks totally fine. To have a level 1 clownfish, which is just a clownfish, I guess. I don't know why I put the level 1 in front of it, but is worth a lot in and of itself. Oh, I'll take it, I'll take it. Then to have another level coming soon is even better. I'm just gonna... Sorry, I almost bought the fish there. I'm just gonna buy some of this. It was not getting the job done for us. I'll roll a lynx down here. And I'll just run... Oh, but you're going to be slightly stronger than the pug. Okay, so we have to do it in this order. Because you won't get a level 2... Thank you. You won't get a level 2 lynx out of this. So we might as well keep the level 2 clownfish so that it gets the buff from itself. I know it sounds like we're cooking. We are cooking, but we're cooking in like a positive way, I think. Oh, no! Okay, okay. It's another strong-looking squad. Please place me in the loser's bracket. I've done enough in winner's bracket here. I think that we're done with the pug. Or maybe we're done with the beaver. And then we're gonna run like snake behind sheep. I still like the clownfish level for now, but the sheep level spits out 2 6/6s instead of 2 4/4s. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the snake was a great pickup, great level up. To those of you who think I disrespect the snake, we salute you. To those about to think, open parentheses, that I disrespect the snake, we salute you. You know what? I'm just stoked my camera's still working. I'm going to keep you for now because you're fun and you break equipment. I'm then going to take my clownfish out of this, and I'm going to start going for the ultimate scumbag build this week. It would be... I mean, you just want a turkey, honestly. You just want it. And then you can buff, spend 4 trumpets. I do like you this week. I hate playing against you, which is my way of saying I like you. I think we still like it like this. Although we'd rather have turkey maybe at the back, and then I guess you're just going to buff a snake a little bit. The snake can also be sold. We're looking for flies, turkeys, alpacas, spawners, etc., etc. It's alright, good shooting, kid. Wait, they got their own shooter, though. Wait, it's 210. No, it's not 210-10s. It's because of your turkey. Let's go. Okay. No garlic required. No oxygen included. Okay, we take that. I guess it's called oxygen not included now that I think about it. How about a spawner? How about a little spawner? A fly. You shouldn't have. Sorry to the links. How's this for a psychotic squad? Why like this? Because we need the snake to be behind the sheep. We need the fly and the turkey at the back. So yeah, we just got a pug at the back that's not doing much. Even with how wrong things sort of went here, like this is just the dominant meta this week. In all likelihood, and you know this, I understand that this is rife for comedic timing. In all likelihood, we will predominantly lose to almost mirror images of our own team here. I think. I'll always give credit where credit is due. If a team that's like vastly different than this destroys us, then they deserve like all the credit in the world, because they're not running the meta. And it's a Friday today, so like this is the day when you're... I mean, I think it's the day that they're going to throw it back to you, is what they say. I think they say something like, by now I should have somehow realized what you had to do. I wasn't that into Oasis when they were contemporary. This may surprise you. I was not really old enough, believe it or not. I know that sounds insane because I'm probably the oldest person you know except for your parents, but it's true. I was not really old enough to be super into Oasis the first time round. And I'm still not. Sorry, I saw an opportunity there. I'm still not. But I will say, I hate Wonderwall. It's on site. I like Champagne Supernova well enough. And I think Don't Look Back in Anger is a great song. I think it's their best song, and I think it's a great song. Great team there. You got me. I'm a big believer in, oh, Sally, can't wait, you know it's too late as she's walking on by. I'm a big fan of, like, my soul slides away, so don't look back in anger, I heard them say. I think we have to say goodbye to the snake, by the way, but don't look back in anger on this one. And then this is where we send out a Highland cow, which allows us to add another summon that maybe takes advantage of the turkey when we buy it, and also takes advantage of the turkey when the dog spawns. There's some serious, like, equipment difference here. This squad should trounce us, really. This is what you get on Friday. Like, and it's what I deserve, for the record. We were pretty close, though. Now, what can we do? We could get a level 3 turkey. It's more important than a sheep. Oh. Drop them down. Let me see. Wait, because you're level 1, so you're only spawning like a 9/9 dog. That's not great. In fact, I'd say it's borderline, like, not even good. You got a lot of utility out of that, brother. Let me tell you. You rinsed me. Okay, well, it shows what I know. You frickin' smoked me. I tried so hard, but she tore my feelings like I had none and ripped them away. I really thought we were on autopilot there. That's why I started bantering. Huge pots. sizzling pots. You on Friday night. Not me. I prefer the clean, crisp, refreshing taste of a double IPA. In all honesty, is probably worse for you physically and cognitively. But anyway, we don't need to get into that. I don't make the laws, okay? I guess I vote, but then, like, usually I vote for the people who are like, we're going to make laws you like. And then when they get elected, they're like, we did a survey, and it turns out people don't actually want that. And I'm sitting there like, you know, Brian in the courtroom deposition when they make fun of his hat. What the heck? Okay, I'll take my 2-piece, 2 trophies, 5 hearts. Can't lose. Great level as far as I'm concerned. How about you toss me another one? Here go 2 more for y'all. That's a big boy. How about you toss me another one up on top? Oh! Oh, man. It's embarrassing to say. As soon as I got the double clownfish, Dave Matthews Band started playing in my head. What would you say? Don't bite the mailman. I don't know where it even came from. I knew 4 squatted we were looking a little rough there, but otherwise I'm feeling pretty good. Just give me a good unit. It doesn't have to be... Sure, this is fine. Like, I understand. This is also good, and it's... Well, we don't need it yet, though, so then don't take it at all. We're just trying to give 1-1 extra to our duck, at least, because it's our best unit by, like, oh, but then we fricked up our frickin' sheep, dude, and it didn't matter! Don't bite the mailman! What would you say? You know what, I'm not a Dave Matthews Band guy, either, which is what makes this even funnier. Toss you one of those. Getting the natty clownfish in the shop would really hit the spot. How droll. Elephant into camel into peacock. How droll. I remember my first weekly. I'm just being an a-hole, I guess, for some reason. I don't really care for a manatee in this unique situation. This is a wild one there. I'm happy to keep the sheep leveling, even if we're wasting some of the XP, because it'll become quite strong here. Our pug is becoming a real team player, wouldn't you say? What would you say? I know you're probably like, NL's such a casual Dave Matthews fan. He probably only knows Ants Marching. Excuse me, I also know Stay, Wasting Time, and What Would You Say? Because Emma Lovewell plays all 3 of them on her 90s rock rides. I also know Crash Into Me, because I was 14 years old once. And Where Are You Going? Because it was on the Mr. Deeds soundtrack. And Gravedigger, because inexplicably it was played on the radio. But that's all I know, okay? Do not ask me for any more Dave Matthews Band songs. I don't know anymore. Actually, that's not true. He did one on Sesame Street. I think it was about how he's looking for... He's like, there's a word to describe how I'm feeling today. It's been so long since I watched Sesame Street. He's mad. He's not mad. He's envious that Super Grover can fly through the air, and he wants to fly through the air as well, but instead he can't because he's just Dave Matthews. All he can do is tell his tour bus driver to dump a bunch of sewage into the Chicago River when there's a pleasure cruise going underneath it and drench everybody in human waste. Look it up. It's real. I swear to you, it's real. Anyway. I'm just rolling, which is not smart. But I felt like we were due, which is not smart. I felt like we were due for a good unit. Don't move my rooster to the front. Oh, but you fool, you sniped one of my lads, so moving my rooster to the front still meant that I spawned a second chick. Bet you didn't see that coming. Ooh! Strong rooster. I mean, if you want to stay up on this one, you definitely take a moose. I think that that's as good a reason as any to do that. I'll freeze a tier 3 on this. I'll freeze a tier 4, and then I just wanted some good loot, brother. I just wanted some good loot. It is what it is. It is what it is. You should then... The best use for you is making the clownfish slightly more presentable out here. I'm stunned we still only have a level 1 clownfish when we got the... Don't move it to the front. How dare you? Bite, bite. My order of operations! My order of operations! Huge, though. Kind of. Now you're giving 3 XP. You should go here. And now we gotta sell the duck. She said, let's hit the parking lot so I can sell your duck. I think we buy an alpaca just because it's fun. And I think we're gonna sell a moose. I know we just got it. But it's more fun to mess around with, like, what a clownfish and an alpaca are capable of this week. Like, for now, I'm willing to take the loss on this round, for the record. Roll me. That's quite nice. So that's a level 3 clownfish incoming. And then if we could just pop, like, a turkey down or something. Stop shuffling them to the front, unless you're going to snipe a unit in advance, in which case, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. I guess I'm using an eggplant, too. I don't have a plant to stand on. Okay, good buff on yourself. Into a level 3. Into a level 2 fly is kind of interesting. Because we're going to buy the chocolate for it. And then you just want, like, a turkey at some point. Steak on the alpaca. The crazy thing about the alpaca is that, like, as soon as you buy it, you're like, oh, I need more space to summon new friends. And the #1 thing that appears in your brain as the best option to sell is the alpaca. I understand we got to move our rooster back a little bit here. Like, it almost signs its own death warrant, man. Like, now, in order to make it work, we got to sell something else. Are we going to sell something else, or are we just going to pray that we hit 10 on this one right off the bat? I think we're going to pray we hit 10 on this one. Please? I'm begging for weak squads. My flies. We won. I get it. Feels pretty good. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. My camera lived through the whole video. It probably won't live through the next one. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.